Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Rapport with the Sailing podcast. As always, I'm your host, Holden Mitty, and I want to thank you for being with me today. I truly appreciate it. I'm really happy that you're here. We're just going to get right into it today. As I've been putting myself out there so far on YouTube and Instagram, I'm going to branch out into other platforms with Facebook possibly, and even though I'm not a fan of the platform, maybe getting into TikTok with some shorts. But I really want to get out there and reach people. With doing so, I've had a few questions. The main one is, what does rapport with the sailing mean? And as you may know, you may not know, I'm a Christian, a follower of Christ, and rapport with the sailing is inspired by Matthew 8:23 through 27. The sailing, us as sailors, I don't claim to be a disciple of Christ, but I am a follower. So, as far as the story goes, I would want to be on this ship with Jesus as far as the story goes. And I'm just going to go ahead and start this podcast off by reading you these scriptures so that it gives you an idea of where I got this idea. Matthew 8:23 through 27 is as follows. And when he was entered into a ship, his disciples followed him. And behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea, insomuch that the ship was covered with waves, but he was asleep. Meaning Jesus, he was taking a snooze. And his disciples came to him and awoke him, saying, Lord, save us, we perish. And he saith unto them, Why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith? Then he arose, and he rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. But the men marveled, saying, What manner of man is this, that even the winds and sea obey him? I am so guilty of finding myself in positions where, shamefully, I have questioned the motives of God. And I've found myself super, super upset at situations that I have found myself in until I've afforded myself the time and patience it requires to understand why I'm being taught that lesson through whatever situation that I'm experiencing at that time. So I find myself very much like the disciples on this boat, where I, for the life of me, do not understand why my God is staying so calm while I am experiencing such a great tempest. I see the sailing, us, as humankind, all with something in common. We're all experiencing life as it ebbs and flows. And what my motive is in this podcast is not to judge anybody or to give hard set advice, but my motive is to inspire you to stop and approach yourself with some patience and try to understand what it is that you're going through and what you can learn from it, because there was a short clip that I scanned over on Instagram of Tom Hanks at a round table with a bunch of other rich celebrities, waxing intellectual. And I remember him saying something like, "I wish I knew early on in life that this too shall pass." And he goes on to say, "This too shall pass, the bad things in life, the trials and tribulations, but also the good times and the joy. There's never a place that you are at in life that's ever going to be long lasting. It's a moment to be cherished, recognized, appreciated, and respected. And you have to understand those moments in your life are all lessons, and they're given to you. Whether you believe in God or not, they're presented to you as such. You need to understand that you are so lucky to be alive, and it's not only for your benefit, but it's for you to share with somebody on down the line that you might see that is squandering opportunity or going through hardship themselves. The value of your experience, it's like the butterfly's wings. It goes far beyond you. How you approach things in your life are super important to people around you. And that's my whole motive for this podcast, is to bring up things that I've experienced in my past and hopefully inspire people to have patience with themselves, to love themselves enough to give themselves opportunities to find joy in whatever situation they're in, whether it's incredibly positive, like a great time in your life when you're just rolling in dough, or you're just surrounded with great people, or you find yourself alone or depressed. I was looking for a message this weekend that I could put in a short on YouTube here. And I grabbed my dog and I was going to talk about how you should, find someone or something to inspire you to love yourself. And my dog is she's a golden retriever, so she's the goofy ball of love that we all know golden retrievers to be. And I was going to hold her and just say that I need to love myself like my dog loves me. But then I looked up at the sky and I saw that half of the sky was just covered in rain-soaked clouds, and then the other half was completely blue, and the clouds were just really fastly approaching the sun. So I turned on my camera. Some of you may have seen it, and I just reminded everybody, first of all, that you have a comrade in this fight. Somebody who understands however you're feeling. I've felt so good in my life. I have so many things to be thankful and grateful for. And I've felt so hopeless. I've sat on limbs of trees with ropes tied into, fashioned into nooses. I've been on the extremes of the spectrum emotionally. And what I wanted to remind everybody in that moment, because God was speaking to me, is just tell everybody that if you're focusing on the black, rain-soaked clouds, that no matter how dark it is, no matter how hard it's raining, no matter how hard and fast the winds are, that behind all of that is a beautifully warm sun and a gorgeous blue sky. It's not going to rain forever. Eventually, the sky will open, and if you are there, if you weather it, I guarantee you, and I speak from experience, that you will feel the sun on your face. And I don't know who I'm speaking to here. I have very little notes on this. I just wanted to get on and share this message with you that you may be feeling alone. You may be feeling unheard. You may be feeling misunderstood, or that nobody wants to hear you. But I guarantee you that that is not true. And to just realize that the strength that you have within you as a human being is more powerful than you give yourself credit for. And I beg you to understand that and just try to believe it, because I love you very much. I may not know you, but I have so much love in my heart for you, and I want to see you. I want to hear that you are achieving even a drop of joy, because I guarantee that it will multiply if you stay diligent and you believe that love exists in the world. And for me, I believe that there is a God who loves me endlessly. I cannot deny it, because I look at my son. I'll keep coming back to this because he is my greatest source of joy. I look at him and I cannot deny that there is something who is beyond my understanding in his ability to create beauty, because I am in awe of that child. And I so badly want you to find something in your life that you could look at and find yourself in a place where you cannot deny that there is a God and that he absolutely adores you. So I'll say it again, that if you are focusing on the rain-soaked clouds, I'm not telling you that you're wrong for that, because if you're looking up at rain-soaked clouds, there's no denying that there are rain-soaked clouds. But please believe me that behind that storm is a beautifully clear bluebird sky waiting for you, and a life-giving sun that is waiting to kiss your face. And on that, I'm going to sign off. I love you so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for listening to this message. I hope that I have the opportunity to share more messages with you. I hope that you come back, and if I found a penny with heads up, my wish would be that you have an amazing day. I love you, and I'll see you next time.